New for 2025, I'm going to be walking you through some basic tutorials. These are things that we don't otherwise talk about, but are very important to our workflow. Today's tutorial is going to be how I copy my images from my card to my hard drives. So for me, I don't use my cards, so, the memory cards that we put in our cameras, I don't use them as long-term storage devices. Once I do a shoot, I take them out of my camera, then I copy the images from my card over to my hard drive, put my card back in my camera, and then format that card for the next shoot. So let's go ahead and get into how I do that. First step is come down here to the Explorer window, go over to the hard drive that I'm going to copy the images to, and create a folder. In this case, I'm going to my main hard drive. This stands for animals, trips, portraits, and workshops, but you can see that there's more on there. So I'm going to go to the portrait folder, and this is the first shoot of 2025. So I'm going to go new folder, add 2025, and then add a subfolder with the names of the people that I photographed. In this case, it's Carlo and Yana, and it was January 2025. And the reason that I'm doing that is because that folder structure will copy over to Lightroom as well. So we'll hit the Enter key, and now I'm going to put in my card, and I'll open another Explorer window and copy the folder. Right here, I'll copy this folder with their images back to this folder that I just created on my hard drive, and let this go ahead and copy over. Now, the speed in which it copies over is dependent on a number of variables. One of those variables is the actual speed of your card reader. Also, the actual speed of your card, and then also the speed of the cable that you're using to copy the images from the card and the reader over to your computer. So these are all variables that can affect how fast those images transfer over to your computer. Now, mine's done there, so I'm going to close everything out, take my card out, and let's go ahead and open up Lightroom. And you can see that Lightroom has not been involved in this process yet. So now I'm going to come over here, click on File, go Import Photos and Video, and you could do that just by clicking on the Import button down here in the left-hand corner too. This is just how I do it. So in the next window, in this Import window, it's asking us where I want to get the images from in the leftmost column. In the middle, it's asking me what I want to do with those images. In this case, I'm just going to add them to the catalog without moving them. And then in the rightmost column, it's asking us, or it's telling me where it's going to go. In this case, my catalog. So let's go ahead and click on Carlo and Yana. This is the folder that I copied over. Let's click on Import, and you can see the progress bar up here. Lightroom is ingesting all the images from that folder that we copied the images over to. And with that, they're all done. Now, one thing that saves me time when I'm shooting is I share the images with the people that I'm photographing. And when I get their reaction for, wow, I really love that image or something like that, I put a star on there. And in this case, I can limit and say, well, here's 48 images that they absolutely loved, so I can start working on those. Creates a more efficient workflow for me. And with that, it's the first tutorial of 2025. This is copying images from my card over to my hard drive and then importing into Lightroom. Thanks for joining me for this tutorial.